the offense, and good job.
Your Reggie Miller play again.
By McWilliams. I mean, that's just a shot fake, and once you leave your feet, vulnerable for the foul.
So McWilliams with the stop clock misses the first. 2.1 to go. Great opportunity to close the gap here. McWilliams, an 81% free throw shooter. That's best on the team. It does not look like it right now. He's missed the first two.
It's really quiet. You need some free throws, and that rim tends to get a little bit tighter.
It sounds a lot louder when it clanks off of there, too, doesn't it?
It's not a sound I'm used to hearing, Jeff.
You're not a Mason. They roll it off, and our third quarter ends there. 43-36. Auburndale retains the lead here at the Stinger Shootout. They lead Berkeley Prep 43-36. We'll be right back. It's the 10th annual Stinger Shootout. It's on Bright House Sports Network. Auburndale in control, 43-36 as we begin to start the final stanza of this one. Hey, sports fans, what's the best way to keep up with the best in high school sports? Like BHSN HD on Facebook. Bright House Sports Network is your home for high school sports. Jeff Radcliffe, Andrick Frazier, our entire Bright House Sports Network crew. And Auburndale with the lead and making preparations for the postseason, as they're looking to win that district championship for the first time in a long time. 27 years was the last chance, but they've beaten some good teams this year as Berkeley Prep steals it and scores it on the other end. Berkeley Prep, Chris McWilliams now. As long as it's not a free throw, he's fine.
Lead now is only 5. The closest the Buccaneers have been, and here another turnover.
Well, don't look now. Berkeley Prep has made a habit of playing tight games that go to overtime. We don't want to foreshadow anything like that, but they've got a history. Our crew is really upset with me right now for I knocked on wood as I said it.
The commentator jinx.
It's just a fact. Last night they were in an overtime contest and lost. But they have the legs, and that shot doesn't fall, but the rebound and putback does. Nnamdi Green, 9 points, give him 4 rebounds to go with that.
Nnamdi Green just bringing his hard-hatted lunch pail to tonight's game.
43-40, 5-0 run. And very active defensively are the Bucks. Pulling up and missing that time was Steven. But Henry's got the rebound, they'll reset. And another turnover, look out, Berkeley Prep. Bowman gets it to go. He's got 10, and more importantly, it's a 1-point lead.
Auburndale just unable to handle the pressure, and Craig Bowman, just a really lazy pass by Mike Alexis and Craig Bowman.
And timeout on the other end, Eric Robinson. As soon as we started talking about the big wins they've had this year and the district title they're looking for, they hiccup a little bit.
Right here,
just if they're tied into us or not.
No, it's the inability to handle pressure. And, they had a game earlier this season against Lake Wells, the first game they lost. I mean, they were up 8 points with about 2.5 minutes left to go, and then all the wheels just fell off, similar to what we're watching here in the second half. So this is where having a good point guard comes into play. You need someone to step up, take control of the game, settle the rest of your team down, get you into offense. Right now, they need a bucket in a bad way.
If they can survive this, a learning experience, I would think, as you go into district play, you're going to face, people are going to see that, hey, this is how we get to them. We turn up the pressure, force the turnovers, and this is how we can beat them.
Well, that's the other thing, too, is that everyone now has access to this game, and they will have a recipe to see how to get things done. But look at the balanced attack here by Berkeley Prep. Don't forget, we have not seen Marshall Holmes at all in the second half with the bum ankle.
He's got 9 points as well. So Berkeley Prep doing it with without one of their two studs in Gray and Holmes. So Holmes is still sitting out. Don't want to make that injury worse. And the pressure continues to trap along that near baseline, and they're able to get it away, and they could use a bucket in a bad way now as Clearjo is harassed by McWilliams. Thought about the long shot to Barrett. Now, again, every time a Hound gets the ball, there's two defenders on him immediately. Driving the baseline, no call. And they kick it out. Long shot is down. Clearjo's got 7.
Big shot by Clearjo.
Hey. I will stop the run in a hurry if you can make an outside shot. But again, Berkeley Prep, and as soon as Auburndale has the ball, the trap is coming immediately.
Well, here you see that does a great job by Green. I mean, you ask me, it has to be something, either a charge or a block. But even more importantly, Clearjo coming up with 3 big ones for the Bloodhounds.
Green drawing some major contact underneath. And that was a push. Seventh team foul. That will put Berkeley Prep at the line, shooting the 1-and-1.
You know, Berkeley Prep now has nearly 6 minutes of this game in the bonus for the rest of the way.
So initiate contact, you're saying?
Attacked the basket. You do not want to settle for jump shots, that's for sure.
And does not fall. You got to make those free throws when you have them. Scramble underneath the basket, and it will come back to Auburndale as Green missed the free throw and nobody can rebound it. You can go to the line all you want, but if you can't make them. Goes strong to the hoop, drawing the foul to Steven.
Well, Steven's been really quiet offensively in the second half.
And Elmo will go to the line. He's an 81% free throw shooter. Best on the team. And banks it off the front iron and the back iron and drops it through. 47-42, the lead currently at 5 for the Bloodhounds. Steven eyes that basket. He's got 12 points so far. Make it 13. It's a 6-point lead for the Hounds. See if Berkeley Prep can start making some shots. That would help their cause. Into the lane, shot not good by Mathis. And traveling with the basketball, Clearjo, so another turnover. And that's one that's really inexcusable. No pressure really forced that one.
And it's just a thought of the pressure coming. That's what happens with the mindset you're so used to every time you catch the ball with a blue jersey being right up underneath you.
Underneath the basket, shooting and scoring. There's Bowman, he's got 12.
Greg Bowman not getting the start tonight, but
definitely easy along the scorer's table, and a push is the call on Mathis.
You know, that is a good call. You have to allow the offensive player to come to a land. Gave him no room to come down. I think the official explained that to Coach Reinhardt. I mean, that is a good call by the official. You have to give the offensive player room to come down. And Jacob Mathis was standing right underneath him as he was airborne.
Well, Bobby Reinhardt would beg to differ, and he still is. So he has a conversation with our referee. Clock stopped at 5:08 to go. Auburndale holding on to a 4-point lead. Coach Reinhardt with the demonstration. Barrett inbounds to Clearjo. Backs in. Clearjo out up high, and Bowman turns him over, and he'll hold it up and traveled with it. Should have just went strong to the hoop, like you said, right?
Well, what happened was Bowman had a bird's eye view of that last block. The last time he went down the floor and it was erased off the glass, he was looking over his shoulder. But that's when you attack the rim. You're in the bonus. Here you're in the bonus. You did a good job of getting in the pocket. You have his wallet. Now take it to the register. Pay for your meal.
Auburndale by 4 despite turning over balls like they're going out of style. Underneath, the big hands of Steven knocks it right back to Mathis. Now come back to Berkeley Prep. So down by 4, 4:37 to go. Bowman will take it up court. And if he gets a chance this time, will probably take it strong to the hoop. See Hannon in there now as well for Coach Reinhardt. Aim getting tight here. Long three is way off the mark by Bowman. You shook your head as soon as you let it go.
Well, I'm right here in the shooting pocket. That ball had no rotation. It was wide left.
And again, the cold shooting for Berkeley Prep, a theme in this game, despite forcing turnovers and playing relatively well in every other aspect. They're getting rebounds.
It's really been their defensive pressure that's gotten them back in this basketball game. And Auburndale right now has only scored 15 points so far in the second half after Berkeley Prep gave up 33 earlier.
A reminder, this is just our first contest on Bright House Sports Network tonight here from the Stinger Shootout. Tampa Prep and Bartow will come up next, followed by Dr. Phillips and Lake Wales. My colleague Austin Lyon will join Andrick on the call for those two contests. So you get rid of me. Big battle. Really disjointed ball movement. We have a conference in that far corner. And Berkeley Prep basketball.
So even these crews know how to work together. Not just me and you.
24 turnovers, the unofficial count now on Auburndale. Yet they lead by 4 for the time being. Nick Williams is hounded up top by Alexis. Now it's Gray, pulls up and knocks it down. Justin Gray's got 12.
And that's Gray's shot. That's in his wheelhouse. Ability to get to the free throw line, pull up, and knock down a jump shot.
Berkeley Prep to within 2. It's as close as they've been all night. And another turnover. So get this, Berkeley Prep now in position to tie or take the lead here with 3:38 to go. Alexis. Now McWilliams. Mathis. Okay, swipe away. The pull-up shot for Gray does not go that time. Battle underneath. They will stay with the Buccaneers. Heads up play by Antonio Johnson.
Well, just again, another hustle play by the Berkeley Prep Buccaneers, and it's right off the backside of Derwin James.
Look out, Hannon pulls the trigger, can't knock it down. But the rebound is good by Mathis, and Berkeley Prep has come back. His first bucket ties it up at 48.
Berkeley Prep, I thought, had a good time for a solid trap. You know, this is probably the 5th time we've seen this second half. Auburndale come up this left sideline and pick the basketball up in dead man's corner.
Checking in for Berkeley Prep, Nnamdi Green, bringing some big bodies. Hannon comes off, so does Jacob Mathis.
Auburndale only 9 of 16 from the charity stripe. This game comes down to free throws. We have not seen what I would consider picturesque free throw shooting.
Certainly not a clinic, but Alexis is 2 for 2. Make that 2 for 3. This is the front end of the 1-and-1, and now Berkeley Prep will try to take the lead for the first time. Gray with it. Leaves it for Bowman. Johnson down in the corner to Gray. Bowman, lots of movement on offense without the ball for Berkeley Prep. Down to 2:42, tied at 48. Bowman kicks it back out to McWilliams. Now Gray will handle. Deliberate offense. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound controlled by, that will stay with Berkeley Prep, out of bounds.
Nnamdi Green continues to work the offensive glass. Auburndale's had a tough time of checking him off the boards in the fourth quarter.
If anything, right now, you're limiting possessions for Auburndale by handling the basketball, taking your time, working for your shot. Bowman out to Justin Gray, who had 31 last night. He works in. Gray. Outside three, again off the mark. Elmo Stevens' 10th rebound gives him another double-double. 13 points, 10 rebounds for the man handling the basketballs. He gives it up and it's turned over. Justin Gray steals it away, takes it to the rack for two. And Berkeley Prep leads it.
Pressure bust pipes. Right here, the Buccaneers cranking it up. Justin Gray running through the passing lane and finishing on the other end. Elmo Stevens electing not to challenge the shot. And Berkeley Prep with the first lead of the evening.
Oh me, oh my, Justin Gray, one of the tops on this team at disrupting passes. I would say a turnover and a steal and a layup at the other end. That is certainly a disruption. Both of these teams in good shape as far as their districts are concerned. Our playoff preview for next week. You see Berkeley Prep 18-6 as we stand now in Class 4A District 9. They'll play Booker in the district semifinals. You see that they beat the Tornadoes by 28 points in those first two meetings. Auburndale, same type thing in 5A. They'll play the Hardy Wildcats and really had no problem. And a lot of times you see that in that district semi. It's almost a throwaway game.
You know, I mean, both of these teams,
they deserve a breather for one.
They really do, especially after the way they played so far tonight. You know, but both of those district finals are going to be a different story. Trust me, no cakewalks. But both the district final district champion and district runner-up advance to state tournament play. It's a much easier road if you win your district.
Well, if you're just joining us, Berkeley's trailed by 11 at the half. They've stormed back by defensive pressure and they force another turnover. They've just taken their first lead and now have the basketball. And you see Rosemont Alexis.
And again, just bringing the basketball up the sideline. You do not do that against the press. You have to force the ball in the middle fourths of the floor.
He used the sideline as a defender.
And that's exactly what happens. The defender steals the basketball. We've seen that happen time and time again.
Bucks with a 2-point lead. This is Gray. Pressure defense now coming from Henry, and he steals it away. Henry, battle for the loose basketball. Gray comes away with it. Auburndale trying to get back defensively. It's now into the corner, down the baseline. Layup is good. Craig Bowman's got 14, and Berkeley's up by 4.
Craig Bowman looking like the plastic man.
Stretch Armstrong, and a whistle and a foul.
Bowman hasn't made a three all night, but the shot made, he gives, and Clergeau bites.
A little dipsy-do for you. And it'll be free throws on the other end. And they get really big now, down by 4 after leading the whole game, Auburndale. 52-48. And to the line, Rosemont Alexis, a 65% free throw shooter. And just a sophomore in a big spot, hits the first. Cuts it to 3.
Now for Auburndale, they have to make a decision if they're going to play half-court defense or actually attempt to press and turn with the pressure. And Berkeley Prep's done a good job of attacking the rim.
Alexis does his job, hits both, cuts it to 2. As we wind closer to a minute to go, we're there now. Long ball, caught in the middle by Mathis. He'll back it back out. 57 seconds left. Berkeley Prep by 2. Got to play good defense here. Loose ball. And timeout is the call.
Bobby Reinhardt was screaming over here on the sidelines for the timeout, but felt like there was not any control by the offensive players, so the officials elected to wait until Berkeley Prep pounced on it.
Now Berkeley Prep by 2. They've trailed this whole contest. And that old adage that they say, good defense leads to good offense and gets you back in games, it always seems to hold true, no matter how bad you're shooting.
Well, again, I mean, Berkeley Prep has held Auburndale to 7 points in the 4th quarter, and it's all been done by creating turnovers and then leading those turnovers into fast break points.
Coach Reinhardt told us in addition to trying to force turnovers, we need to force our opponent into tougher shots, and they've certainly done that here in the second half as well. So Berkeley Prep, they've lost 6 of their last 10. Now, you got to consider the competition. They've lost to teams ranked 1 or 2 in their respective class, and 5 of them 6 losses, including last night to Tampa Prep, who we'll see next.
I mean, those are 2 losses to Tampa Prep, a loss to Lake Highland Prep, lost to Tampa Catholic, and a loss to Jesuit. Those are not bad losses.
Murderer's row.
I mean, but they have played an unbelievable schedule this year. This is a team that is going to be ready to make a run at Lakeland. That's why they were able to get back in this contest. They faced tough competition, and they've come out on top more frequently than they've come on the bottom.
Well, on a night where shots haven't fallen, they have battled and battled hard, and now have a 2-point lead in the basketball. Gray loses the handle, corralled by McWilliams. Down to 47 seconds, loses the handle, battle in the middle, and a foul is called on Berkeley Prep. A push, and you hear Coach Reinhardt saying, what?
Well, here you can see McWilliams just, losing the handle on the ball, and as he dove on the floor, kind of bumps right into Rosemont Alexis.
So, in the bonus now, Auburndale, a chance to tie it at the line. Alexis, and he's 4 of 5 from the charity stripe so far tonight. Made 2 in a row the last trip down, and these are big ones. Makes the first, earns the second. It's always that first one. You got to make the first one. Second one, you can miss it, and maybe your guys get a rebound underneath the basketball, under the basket. Second one is good, and we are tied. 52 all. 42 seconds, and here comes the pressure from Auburndale, and it's turned over. James had it. Underneath, and a foul called, and back to the line will go the Bloodhounds.
Here, just, a freshman, I think, put in a tough situation, not used to handling the basketball against pressure. You have to find a point guard and get the ball in his hands.
Steven, the 81% free throw shooter, hits the first. And gives his Bloodhounds a 1-point lead. Auburndale 22-2. Don't want to pick up loss 3 here. And this is the second one as it rims out, and Berkeley Prep trails by 1, 28 seconds to go. Stinger shootout, Lighthouse Sports Network. Great finish coming our way, and drawing the foul was McWilliams.
What happens when you get the ball in your point guard's hands and hear McWilliams attacking the basket? And Clergeau called for the rake across the arms.
Now McWilliams, 81% from the charity stripe, but has missed all 3 tonight. And the first one is missed. Luckily, they're in the double bonus. He'll get a second to try to tie it up. Big free throw coming, 19.9 seconds. McWilliams Misses both of them. Rebound underneath. Comes to Auburndale. They've got a 1-point lead. 15 seconds to go. Got a foul.
Not yet.
Nope. Turned over. Berkeley Prep. Underneath the basket. Turnaround shot is no good. Rebound Steven. 4 seconds left, and Steven is fouled. And the crowd on their feet.
Here just had an unbelievable opportunity. Craig Bowman has to take this basketball to the rim. He comes up with the steal. You're down one. You're in the bonus. You take that ball to the rim. You make him block that shot or foul you.
And a missed shot leads to a foul the other way on the corral of the loose ball.
He's done such a good job of attacking the rim all night. That's one young fella you have to go and finish yourself.
So 3.4 seconds left. Auburndale a 1-point lead, 53-52, and Steven back to the line. Trying to put his lads into a good position here. No matter what happens here at the foul line, it will be a one-possession game.
Well, these are still huge free throws.
Elmo gets it to go. Rattled that one home. 54-52, and full timeout called by Coach Reinhardt of the Buccaneers.
Coach Reinhardt now going for the game ice. Try to put a little bit of chill on Elmo's fire.
Nice. Well said. I'm not singing St. Elmo's fire. Ice is twice as nice. So what is the strategy here, though? If you're Berkeley Prep, you can't control the foul shot. What are you doing on a make or a miss? What is he stressing right now in the huddle?
Well, I think right now the first thing is you have to make sure you box out. You got to secure the box out. Really, the best thing that could happen for them right now, as he asked me, is if Elmo Stevens makes the free throw. He makes the free throw. They have one timeout left. All coaches have plays drawn up. We can at least get the ball to half court. You know, maybe you lose a second off the clock, call your last timeout, you drop a half court play. If it is a miss in this situation, I don't like the timeout. I like a rebound and a push, getting the ball in Justin Gray's hands. You can cover a lot of ground in 3 seconds.
Especially with the long, lanky bodies you've got like Justin Gray, Marshall Holmes. Of course, Holmes is still not in the game. Holmes turned an ankle earlier in our contest. Yet Berkeley Prep, without him in the lineup, has battled back to make this a heck of a game. It's an 11-point lead for Auburndale at the half. The lead is now 2, and they can stretch it to 3 on another free throw from Steven. One shot. Elmo Steven. Free throw is good, so they'll get the inbound. 3.4, down by 3, 55-52, down to 2. Gray kicks it out, and it's lost out of bounds, and Berkeley Prep loses it that way. 55-52 the final. Auburndale survives over Berkeley Prep.
It's a well-played ball game by Berkeley Prep. Auburndale holding on a big enough lead, able to sustain it in the final seconds. Quality win for Coach Robinson and his ball club.
So Auburndale improves to 23-2 as they now look ahead to perhaps a district championship. Berkeley Prep drops to 18-7. So number 4 versus number 10, it goes in the books here at the Stinger Shootout for the Auburndale Bloodhounds. Remember, the home team, Bartow, they play next against Tampa Prep. But this one's done. Auburndale win a 3-point winner. For my partner, Andrew Frazier, our producer, Chris McCulley, our director, Bob Herman, and our incomparable Bright House Sports Network crew, I'm Jeff Radcliffe, telling you the final score, 55-52. Auburndale gets their 23rd win of the season.